Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the number one most valuable real estate community in existence. Today we are bringing on Mr. Bob Sadai for another episode of Deal or No Deal, where he and his team are going to be breaking down your deals and showing you exactly how to underwrite them and find out if it is a deal or not and how exactly you can help more sellers. So let's hop into it. Leave a comment on the video if you enjoy what you learned. Leave a like on the video to help us get in front of more active real estate professionals. Until next time, we will see you in the next one.
Good to see everyone coming in. Trickling in. There he is.
How's it going, Bob?
Good, man. How are you?
Fantastic. Grateful to be here.
Happy belated birthday to your loved ones.
Absolutely. I appreciate it.
Did you have a good time?
I did. I definitely did.
Fantastic. Good to hear.
It's what we
How
work
could you
towards,
not?
That's why we work so hard.
That's
To
right.
be able to celebrate and enjoy time with loved ones.
Absolutely. 100%. Keem, you've got a property under contract. That's fantastic. You want to see if you get it under contract at the right price? If you do, come on up. Let's hear about it. Let's see if we can help you. Do you have a buyer for it already? Raise your hand up and come on up here so we can talk, Keem. Promissory land notes. I don't, Joe. You're the landman. You should know. That's a great question. Buys promissory land notes. I wonder if our regular note buyers would buy land notes as well or not. Yeah. Great.
Hello.
Smoothie and Ebony, come on up on the stage as well. How you doing, Keem?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
Awesome. Congratulations on putting property under contract. That's great.
Of course, thank you.
So give us the details. Simon, raise your hand so you can come up on stage too, please. Go ahead and tell us the details. So maybe we can underwrite it. Adam, you want to share your screen so we can see what's going on?
I can do that. I think.
Cool.
Yeah, with the property I have under contract right now, I haven't seen it in person yet, nor saw pictures because there is still tenants in there. But the way he told me is they've been living in there for 15 years. The foundation needed no work, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, all that was fine. And the roof was recently repaired as well.
Okay, that's good.
And not too much about it, just I've never seen the property as of yet. So he explained it as just needed cosmetics repair.
Okay, so we always have a saying that says, well, we got it from Sub 2, but it says, buyers are liars, sellers are worse.
Yeah.
So if he says it just needs a cosmetic, it probably needs a gut job. But you never know. I don't want to, poo-poo on him without knowing all the details. So let's just go with what he has. I mean, what's the worst case scenario, Keem? What he says is not the truth. You have the property under contract. You just need to go back and renegotiate and go, hey, Mr. Seller, I bought this property based on your information. After verifying it, unfortunately, that's not the case. You said it's just a cosmetic, lipstick, minor stuff. Come to find out, I need to tear down the wall and do this and that. So I need to reduce my price. So that's what you do.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So let's go based on what he has. Adam, take it away.
Are we sharing the address? How confident are you in this?
You have it under contract, right?
Yes, I have it on the contract.
Okay.
Yeah, the address is 2415 Jennings Avenue.
Well, Giddings?
Jennings.
Alright, you might have to type that for me.
All right, I just sent it
Jennings.
in.
Jen.
Yep.
Is it Avenue?
Avenue. Yes. The zip code is 75216.
What city?
Dallas, Texas.
Oh, it's in Dallas?
Yes.
I like Dallas.
Who doesn't like Dallas?
Yeah, it's
Depends
a
what time of
3-bed
year.
Sorry?
Depends what time of year.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it's a 3-bed, 1-bath, 1,070 square feet. He said the tax records were incorrect, and he just corrected me on that information.
What's incorrect about it?
It's listed on the on Zillow as 2-bed, 1-bath, 816 square feet.
And what's he saying it is?
A 3-bed, 1-bath, 1,070.
Wait a second. I don't think I heard that right. Zillow says it is a 21800. Oh, and you're saying it's a 311070?
Yeah, he told me that the tax records or whatever got their numbers wrong.
That might be a problem.
Did he recently add a room to it? Is that why he thinks that they got it wrong?
No, I don't believe so.
I mean, Dallas should be pretty easy to look up. I know spell, I swear. Not Iowa. Hold up. It's a little concerning. It sounds like he might have done some work that wasn't permitted. Or they actually just got it wrong.
Possibly.
Hoping it had a link to the assessor information.
So, can you please explain to everyone, Adam, what thought process you're going through? Why are you going to this site? All of this fun stuff, so people have a
Yeah.
general idea.
I want to make sure we know what the size of it is and what it's supposed to be. That way, if you are wholesaling it, the buyer's going to want to know. That changes what their rehab is.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's a discrepancy, you want to know why there's a discrepancy. If it was just a mistake, or if he actually did do work without permitting it, or it's possible he did get it permitted, but he just didn't report that it's finished yet.
He does do remodels himself, so it could have been that he just didn't file it or whatever, told the tax assessment that he did this work on the property. But I'll get in touch with him on that, just to make sure everything is crystal clear with him.
So, if he's an investor, he hasn't done the work himself, right? According to what you're saying, he said.
Oh, he does the work himself usually. He told me he owned a remodeling business before. So if anything comes up, I asked them. He does the repairs usually by himself.
Okay. So why didn't he do this one?
I'm honestly not sure. I'd have to get in touch with him on that.
So what did
See,
you base your purchase price and everything on then?
I had the ARV around 240 in that area,
Okay.
but the tax assessment was 162. I got the property at 155. Um,
Okay.
yeah,
What's your plan with it? Are you planning on wholesaling it, or are you planning
yeah,
on
yeah. I'm
yeah?
planning on wholesaling this one.
Okay. Were you able to pull comps and everything for it yourself?
Yeah, yeah, I was, but I'm not sure how accurate they were since I didn't have MLS data for this property or raw Texas. Yeah, I wasn't sure
Right.
how accurate my numbers were.
Okay. Did he say that it's 3-1 with the same square? Oh no, 1070. I think you said is what it said, right?
Yeah, he told me 1070.
Okay.
We can go off 3-1, or we can go off 2-1 in the 800. Just if you did run numbers with the higher end, it's possible the buyer comes in and says, I can't really verify that, so I'd rather go off the other numbers. $502. 1950. Yes. I doubt it has a pool at that price point. No traffic issues. Okay. Okay, cool. Where did you get your comps from then?
I got it off Deal Machine. I used to use that
Oh,
service.
okay.
Yeah, and I recently switched over to Batch Leads.
Did you use batch for it? Or did
No,
you put it in?
I used Deal Machine because at the moment I didn't have Batch.
Oh, gotcha. We can see what pops up. This is pretty small. I need to uncheck most of this. Have everything pop up. Hopefully. And then I get picky. Is it the same number?
Did you get any pictures at all from the guy?
Oh, nothing.
So are you sure the house is there?
Yeah, but the way I structured the contract, I should have. But he agreed to it. So I have any right to avoid the agreement. From the day I
That's
do
good.
see the property. So
Curious. What part of Dallas it's in? South. It's 4 months old and This looks more rental quality though.
Yeah, the property I have, there's still a family
Oh,
living in
definitely.
there. There's still a family living in there. They've been in there for 15 years. I'm not sure if you.
Holy.
Yeah. And he did recently paint the outside, if I do remember correct.
Are you thinking of it being a fix and flip, or just keeping the tenants in there, or trying to find new
Um,
tenants?
the tenants
He's
are gonna,
wholesaling it.
yeah, the tenants are out by end of October.
Okay, so they
But
are leaving. Okay. I guess I was asking, are you going to be looking for landlord buyers or flip buyers?
yeah, with this tenant issue, he just doesn't want to deal with them anymore. Doesn't want to deal with the property, so just looking into my options with what I can do with this property, if I can do something, or if not.
Trying to find better comps, but okay. Oh,
So what's that tool that you're using there?
this one's Propelio. This is the one that I think you like the best for Texas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is that how much that for a call?
$97 a month,
About the same as everything else,
pretty
probably.
much. Yeah.
Okay. This one looks like a nice comp. It was unfortunately 5 months ago, but and it is right on the edge of being kind of far away. And it's a corner lot. And this one is just like a rental. This one's a full rehab. But I like this one. So weird. There's only one. How many did you find? How many comments did you find?
Let me pull up what I had listed down. He said there was a fully redone house just next to the property he has. I'm
Okay.
not sure how long ago that was sold though.
Yeah, but apples to apples. Same number of
Oh
beds
yeah,
and
yeah.
baths, same square footage.
Oh, this is a
It was
3-2. Okay. I don't think we're getting apples to apples. And this one, which is actually, I would say, better if we're teaching people or showing people how you would compensate for that.
Mm-hmm.
So we will. Oh, I guess I need to finish this. I just liked having a link to the. Well, if there were pictures. Okay, we're going off 3/1/1070. We'll use this bad boy. Marfa. And this one was sold 5/5. $238, I think. Yes, 238. It's a 3-2, which will adjust for that second bathroom 15,000. I could change that. At this price point, I might actually. Does it say the lot? Acre. 0.1. Oh my goodness, I love math. Wrong button. 7405. It's 1951. So it's pretty close to an apple. The only real adjustment is the bathroom. And I will probably take a look at this. Growth. Eventually. Okay. With one comp, it's saying the ARV is 220 to 88888888888. Do you have an ARV for it?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I had it at 240 in this area.
240. I want to see what that corner is like, actually. Because I don't know what Cardinal is. Oh, I just look at a regular street. Okay, so that's fine. This is a two. Just trying to see if I can find another. Huh. Sometimes they just don't show up. A month older, 211, but slightly smaller. What else looks like it was flipped? This one. This one's more recent. Damn. People stopped flipping in Dallas? What happened? I don't like that there's no pictures. Well, it's in anywhere from 220 to 240, which is a larger gap than I would like. There really isn't great comps. There's no pictures for the ones I would like to review pictures for. Okay. And you said the rehab you were going with, what was it again?
It was just cosmetics.
Cosmetic, but there's tenants that have been in there 15 years, so I highly doubt that.
So, well, let's define cosmetic. What do you think a cosmetics means?
Kitchen, bathroom, walls, maybe new floors.
Mhm. Great. So, Adam, do you think it's going to need more than that?
If a tenant's been in there 15 years, I feel like there's a good possibility that it does, but they could be great tenants. I don't know. But we can run both.
Yeah, let's do that.
This is small, so I'm thinking a regular rehab would probably be around 50. Like if it wasn't cosmetic. A medium rehab would probably be around 50. If it's very light, 15 years is so. Okay, I'm just gonna go. I think the rehab would probably be 50 minimum, honestly. Do you have an idea what the taxes and insurance might be for this? I can just put a guess number in here, but I'm not gonna. Did I save it? I did. I know what the tax number is. 3642. All right, and for insurance, I like using multiple sources for everything if I can. So this will be the first one I'm going to use. It's a low 200s, and it's between these two. We can go with about 1500, maybe 1550. That is way too big for me. Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you can see we're just on number 1, and we're still not finished, right? So, underwriting is a crucial part of this business, and you want to make sure you get your numbers right and you're doing it correctly. So that's why we spend a little bit extra time here just to make sure that we are buying it at the right price.
This is high, and Texas did go up. I'm trying to compare this to what my rental is. It's like 2,500. It should balance out actually. Yeah. 65. Typically, it takes me 45 minutes on average. If it's a really easy area and I don't have to search for comps, it'll be like 30, maybe 20 minutes. But it could definitely take upwards of an hour.
Now that's a deep dive, though. That's
Very
not,
deep.
yeah,
And if it's difficult.
right.
Chimney crickets.
Just curious,
So the insurance here is fun.
is the seller
Go.
flexible on price?
He said he's not, but once I see the property and I see it's not, well, we both know it's not what he said it was, and I'm sure I can get it down.
Where was I? Here. Everything looks fine. How much do you say you paid for it? Or
For
contracted for?
155.
155. Negative number, not good.
How much did you want to make on it? What did you think your wholesale fee should be?
Well, I was just gonna get out, or I just like, because this is my first one in Dallas, so
Mhm.
yeah, I don't really
Sorry.
mind at that point.
That probably needs a little bit less than 6 months. You have the
Yeah.
the 6
If
months.
it's only 50.
So the rule of thumb on that is whatever the
400.
rehab cost is. So in this case, it's 50,000, for example. We divide that by 1,000. That's how many days it's going to take a crew to get it done, on average. Some are going to be faster, some are going to
Do
be
you
slower.
like to include is that just for rehab, or do you
Just with rehab.
add the sell time on
Yeah,
top?
exactly.
Okay, I'll
So
just make sure.
once that's done, so now we have 50 days just for the rehab work, and then after that, we're going to need some time to be able to put it out on the market and sell it. Not
I think-
us as wholesalers, but the
Yeah.
fix and flippers do.
I
And
think
then
for
you
this
gotta-
2 months and 2 months makes sense.
Well, actually, in this case, so again, it depends on the market. It depends on you knowing your market as well. Right now, we're heading into Christmas time, holidays, and all that stuff. So it might take a little bit longer. So just to be on the safe side, you go 5 or 6 months. Whereas if it was like springtime, if it was January, February when we got this, I'd go with 4 months.
Yeah, because that's probably not gonna be done until February, or not February, January, which is not when people buy homes.
So you got to
No,
take all of
no.
that into
Should be good.
consideration.
I think 6 is safe, but not
Yeah.
overboard.
No, yeah, that's fine.
It could be 4, but it actually could be 8.
So, Adam, what website did you go to for insurance rates in Dallas?
I go to Policy Genius, V Home Insurance, and NerdWallet. Excuse me.
NerdWallet, Policy Genius, and what was the other one?
V Home Insurance.
V.
Victor. Yes.
Yep.
Plus, I have a rental there, so I know about what it is.
Well, there you go.
Which this is on the high end. Where was it? Here. It's possible that it's actually closer to 2,500. Just from experience. It's not going to change much, but we're already paying too much according to all this, which is what a buyer's going to have to think about if he's going to flip it.
Can you make your screen a little bit bigger because the numbers aren't, or maybe it's just me. I can't see it that well. There you go.
You put your glasses on today?
I do.
This is okay. You can see all of it. I hope it's good.
Yep, much better.
Okay.
It was.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no. I definitely think you're gonna need to get him to drop his price. Are you seeing what I'm doing here, Keem?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'll talk to him. I'll probably get it down to 135 is the max I can get up to. Is that correct? Okay.
135.
No, at 135, your buyer is going to only make $4,000.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what this down here is.
okay, I got
So
you.
work it, Adam, so that the net profit or the ROI return is at least 10%. In Dallas, it should be 12% or higher.
Mhm.
Actually, we got Paul
Fish-
here. We did. Oh, yeah, he is here. Hey, Paul, what do you think the buyers in Dallas, on average, are looking for as far as an ROI?
And I also did get a hedge fund buying flips in Dallas at 15% this year. So
Yeah.
usually it's anywhere from 12 to 20 though. And you probably don't want to make $1,000. How much do you honestly want to make from it?
Honestly,
Because
I
zero
probably
is
don't
not an
have
option.
1,000 or something. Because with this, bro, with this one, like realistically,
Okay.
I'm probably gonna have to like talk to him or at least see the property first. Maybe it's not in an as bad condition as I thought.
Yeah, once you get
Uh,
pictures, you could definitely lower the rehab cost and then change the property price or
Yeah.
purchase price.
Yeah, so I'll get that from him. Besides that, I will have to drop him a lot. I did build really good rapport with the guy, so
That's good.
yeah, but I'm just gonna have to be straight up with him. But yeah, this is a lot of information I didn't know I needed to have. I really appreciate you guys having me up here so you guys could analyze the deal I got.
Oh,
Yeah, you
glad to help.
definitely need to take a
Of
look at
course.
what,
Yeah, and
if you're
especially
wholesaling it, what the buyer is going to be doing with it.
especially my first wholesale deal, having this is really good for me. So
Good.
once again, I really appreciate it.
You got it. Thanks for coming on.
Of
Not a
course, thank
problem.
you.
Hey, Ebony. Thanks for your patience.
Oh, no problem. That was definitely informative.
Great.
I have
So,
not
what do
done
you
anything
have?
like that. So I have a property. I don't have it under contract yet, but I'm supposed to send over an offer today. And the comps that I'm looking at are not very good comps. So
Okay.
I do have pictures of the property.
Okay.
So I was just seeing if I could maybe get some help in, right direction, see if I'm on the right path, at least as far as the ARV.
Okay.
Do you want to share the address? I don't think you should want to if it's not under contract, but how long have you been talking with the sellers or agent?
It's a direct to seller, only about a week. And she's going back and forth between me and I don't know how many other people, at least
Yeah,
one
I
or
bet.
two.
Yeah, I bet. Okay. It's going to be hard to comp without being able to show the address.
Okay.
What was your thought process when you were comping it? Where did you run into problems?
So there's not very many properties in that areas. And then there's it crosses over major streets as far as the comps that I'm seeing. There's like
Okay.
two major highways and the comps are on either side.
Do you know how far back you looked?
I only went back a year.
Pretty far. Okay.
So there's really only one that's close, but
What
it's still
market is this in, Ebony?
yeah, that was the
it's in Ohio. It's in Cleveland.
Cleveland. Okay. All right.
Mhm.
I don't know.
So, my major problem with that would be crossing major streets, because that's going to be the number one factor that your buyers are going to bring up and say your comps are no good.
Okay.
Is this
If
off
you,
market, I assume?
yeah, it is direct to seller. So, I would rather go back, okay, than go wide. Do you know what I
Okay.
mean?
So go further back than the year.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you have to, because you gotta understand, most buyers, or I should say seasoned buyers, okay, they're looking at comps and they are comping themselves based on appraiser rules, okay, and appraisers would prefer to stay in the same subdivision, don't want to cross any major streets, would prefer going back further in time. I mean, I was talking to an appraiser, and he was like, "I'll go back 2 years rather than go out a mile." I'm like, "Wow, okay, that's
Because you
good to
can
know."
still calculate appreciation over time if you really
Yeah,
needed to.
exactly.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
so if there's any way at all possible that you can avoid crossing major streets, and you've got two highways, so
Here's another
Right.
question. Are there things that have sold in the neighborhood that are just not similar?
No, I was just going strictly off of the dates. And then I started going out a little bit further.
I would check out the neighborhood in general because it might be a neighborhood that no one's going to want to buy in.
right.
What do you mean by that?
Either it's a
Google?
bad neighborhood or there's something wrong with the neighborhood or it's just not investor friendly.
Right.
There could be, if you're not finding comps and you're not finding any other houses that have sold, then there's something wrong.
Okay. So
Because
go
if
back.
nothing else is sold, then you're not going to be able to sell either.
Right. So go back 2 years and then kind of see what's sold there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you see any trends, I guess maybe if yours is a 2-1, but you see the only things that have actually sold were 3-2 and larger, then you know you're going to have to put a pretty extensive rehab and make yours larger, or it's just not
Okay.
going to sell for the neighborhood.
Okay. Because it does have more bedrooms than the other ones. It has 7 versus like 5 or 4.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
How many bathrooms?
Let me double check. I think there was only 2.
Okay. They might be overcompensating.
Hey, Ebony, can you DM me the address? I'll look it up, and I'll tell you what the investor activity looks like in there, in that area.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. I think I just sent that over.
Yep, I got it. Thank you. All right.
What do you got?
Tons of activity close by within a 2-mile radius, but it's mostly in that area. It's mostly landlord buyers. Okay, so they want to buy and hold. I mean, there are some fix and flippers as well, but it's mostly landlord buyers. Okay, so I'm sorry, how many bedrooms and baths did you say this one was?
Let me double check. I know it's 7, and she was trying to tell us that, according to Section 8, they only count 5.
Are they doing a Section 8 on a 7-bedroom? Yeah, 7-bedroom, 3 baths.
Well, she was, but she said her last tenant just moved out like 2 weeks ago. Let me get back to who she was.
What's she asking for it?
She's asking for 47.
47?
Yes, but then the other thing is that it's listed as for sale by owner.
At what price?
47.
Oh,
So I don't know if that is gonna hurt me even more, if it's even worth sending her over an offer.
if it is listed by owner, you have to think. Were you thinking of wholesaling it then? I assume.
Yes.
If you were going to wholesale it, whoever you wholesale it to, if it's listed, they're going to look up the address when you give it to them.
Right.
A lot of people are going to have a problem with paying what it's listed for or more going through you because they know they could get it for cheaper if they just go to the seller.
Right.
So you definitely would have to pay a little less than what it's listed for.
Right.
And then you need, it doesn't sound like there's going to be room for much.
So based on what I'm seeing, 7 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2,900 square feet roughly. I mean, the stuff close by, there's one 5-bedroom, 2 baths, 1,700 square feet.
And you see the public transportation area?
Not in a bad area per se.
For the transportation, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's in a rough neighborhood or anything like that.
But it's walking distance, you think, to a bus stop?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what rooms we're going for.
There's a
Attachments.
railway close by.
Oh, that's nice. So yeah, this
Yeah.
could be a pad split. You might need to look for a pad split buyer, which opens up a little. 7 bedrooms already, which is really nice. The
Yeah, and the
bathrooms is a
number of baths
problem.
isn't bad. Yeah,
Oh, wait, how many is it? 2 or is it 3?
3.
Oh, it's 3. Okay. Can't remember if it's 2 to a bathroom or 3 to a bathroom. I'm gonna assume 3 to a bathroom. For pad split.
And when you say a
The-
pad split buyer, I hadn't heard of that before. What do you mean by that?
The
Rent by the room buyer, basically.
Okay.
Like not LTR, not STR.
so
Something that'll
pad
work out.
split.
There we go.
Has a bunch of zip codes actually. There's like upcoming markets and 2 active markets with like 22 active units. Seems like the average weekly room price is like $170 actually per week with a shared bathroom.
170. So 170 is about $1,400-$1,500.
Yeah, it's
Less
like
than that, about 12.
680, 700 per room per month.
Not bad. Hey, good folks, if we're going fast, you guys have to slow us down. Okay, if you don't understand
Ask
what we're
questions
talking
too.
about, okay, we in our office or in our company, we just go fast. So if we're doing that right now, you guys can slow us down. This is for you guys, not for us. So if you know what LTR, STR, if you don't know what that means, let us know. If you don't know what pad split is or what Adam is doing right now, let us know. Okay, so Simon said that each room can be rented for about $170. That's a week. Okay, so 7 bedrooms. You're going over. Did you add more bedrooms? Is that why?
Yeah, I added 2 more. I'm pretty sure it's
Okay.
3 max. Like they don't allow more than 3 to a
Yeah.
bathroom.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do it, you might as well. If you're going to buy it and do this with it, you might as well get the most out of it you can.
Sure. So if you wanted to, if there's room, you can divide the house from 7 to 9 bedrooms, and now you can collect $5,400 a month. Okay. So even at $47K that she's asking for, there is some extra cost to it, right? Because you gotta. Most of the times, these pad split rooms come furnished. Okay, so you do need to do some furnishing on it. The pad split investors know where to go, what to do, and all that stuff. So what you need to do is find pad split buyers, okay, in that area, and then those would be the people that you want to wholesale this property to.
Okay.
Okay, so 5,400 is the potential. Okay, and if they come out at 47K, and let's say they spend another 20K in remodeling, oh, okay, you're ahead of me. Cool. What's their return on it?
If it's a cash purchase, I'm assuming.
Cash purchase, right?
Pad split looks good.
Look at that.
Did I
They're
miss
gonna
something
get
up?
their money back within 15 months. Okay.
Okay.
So this could be a deal even at the asking price. Okay. I looked it up, Ebony, and I didn't see it listed on like Zillow or anywhere else.
Oh, good.
Okay.
So it shows off market to me. Okay. And if it's off market, that's even better.
I'm gonna say I might be confusing it with another one I was looking at. Um,
Let me look at it.
sure.
It's showing market to me. Last sold in June of 2019.
Okay.
Right now it's off market. If she's asking for 47, I would want to take a look at the condition of the house to make sure, there isn't any extensive damage.
How big did you say it was?
2911.
Worst case,
Just double
it's say you have
checking.
to gut it and spend 120 grand on a rehab on it. You're still
She's done some updates as far as like flooring I can see and paint. Like it's move-in ready. It's just not like as updated as it could be.
like rental quality, you would say?
Yes.
How big's the kitchen?
Trying to see if I even have pictures of the kitchen.
So I know something this big, they're going to need 2 fridges at least. And does it have a garage?
I don't believe there's a garage. Kitchen looks like it's open. It's not a very good picture of the kitchen, but it looks like a decent size.
Does it look like room for a second kitchen maybe inside the kitchen?
From this one, I can't tell the
Okay.
angle of the picture it's taken.
That would just be one thing I would want to make sure of, because if you're going to have 9 bedrooms, 9 people in a house, you want enough room for all their food.
Okay, so we want to know if there's room to add another kitchen.
Yep, you want to see if there's potential for these extra 2 bedrooms, just so you're going to want a floor plan. You might be able to get that from the county. Or the seller could give you actual pictures, which would be nice. Or a walkthrough.
Okay, because she sent like a photo link of pictures and then a few that she's taken.
Do you live in Cleveland? Are you from there at all?
No, I'm in Colorado.
Okay, so definitely not. It seems like it would be great for pad split. If you could find someone willing to do pad split in that area, because it doesn't look like on pad split itself there's a lot of pad split specifically, but it's possible that there's just a lot of people renting by the room, not through pad split.
So how do you find pad split buyers? Since this is the first time I've heard of those. Like, how do I go about that?
Your first
Yeah,
buyers would be the people that I'm looking at right now. Are you seeing this? The people that already own pad splits.
Okay, so just going to the website and looking and reaching out to them.
bingo.
Gotcha.
Another place would be furnished finders for medium-term rentals. Those are people who rent houses by furnished, right?
Yes.
So you go them and you pitch them the rent by room and show them how much more they can make.
Okay.
Oh, that's where I messed up. I still don't think it will matter, but I didn't do the expenses because I didn't put this stuff in.
Okay. So basically, at the price that she's asking, I could give her that price if I can't get it lower, and then pitch it to pad split buyers.
Yeah. That would be the right process, I think.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right. That was very helpful. I learned a lot. I'm going to have to rewatch this video.
There you go. Cool. Thanks
Appreciate
for
you.
joining us.
Appreciate
Of
it.
course. Shahab, you want to jump on? Got a little bit of time. But if you want, we can go over it. I have one that I want to pitch creative. Do we have time? If Shahab doesn't jump up, then come on up, Big Play J.
You can raise your hand, Shab.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. In the meanwhile, Big Play, what's going on, buddy? Can you guys hear him? I can't hear him.
Nope. Are you muted, Big Play?
I have not muted him.
Can you hear me?
There we
No.
go.
Okay, okay. Yeah, something's going on. How's it going?
Good. How are you, buddy?
Doing good, doing good. I hopped in late, but I just wanted to see if I can catch the tail end. So this one that I'm gonna send to you right now, Bob. Um so this is a seller who this is one of the properties he wants to sell, and he would be open to a note. He just says it has to be attractive to him. Um, the cash offer is not going to work on this because the property is fully renovated. He put the roof on it months ago.
Okay.
So his motivation is that he lives too far from the property, so he does all the maintenance on all of his properties. This is like the one outlier of his property. So the convenience of not having to worry about it. Now he's very particular about who he wants to rent properties to, but I told him in this case, he would just be collecting a check every month. We would be handling the tenants, the toilets, maintenance.
Right.
So he said, I mean, he knows about the IRS patient 1037 or yeah, one of them. So he knows about the whole tax benefits and stuff. So he's very sophisticated, I would say, and knowledgeable.
Mm-hmm.
So he did talk about an interest rate. He did talk about putting some money down. When I tried to, get that number out of him, like what number would you want down? How much would you want monthly? He couldn't really pinpoint what he wanted up front, but his asking price, what he would take would be 250. As like that would be the price he would probably finance. So I looked at some of the comps in the area.
Mm-hmm.
Let's support that 250, especially since he's fully renovated this one. So my thing is, what would that look like if we were investors saying we want to take this creatively, take it down, and potentially, create an opportunity out of this.
So you were doing everything right. You got a price out of him, but and you wanted to have him give you his numbers, like what kind of a down payment, what kind of. Did you bring up interest or did he?
He brought it up.
Okay.
He was like, it would have to be an attractive interest rate. We're not gonna do half of what's going on right now, but he just was just blobbing, basically just talking. But I knew that he's the one who brought it up, to answer your question.
Ah, okay. So what's his pain point? What's his motivation? Why does he want to sell?
So because the property is the furthest one, he doesn't like the aspect of having to drive out this far every time, especially at his age. He'd rather
Okay.
deal with properties that are closer.
So how big of a hassle is that for him?
I'd say
What you need to find that out.
right.
Big Play. Okay. And the reason I'm saying that is because you're going to be pushing on that pain point every time he brings up, something ridiculous. So how I would go about this is, look, Mr. Seller, I understand that you want this price. And did you say that based on the comps that you pulled, it's about right or not? Is it too high, too low, right about right? Is it about right?
He's about right.
Okay. So the property is worth 250 and he's asking 250. My first thing would be, why haven't you, I mean, if it's too far from you and it's a pain, again, I keep going back to that pain, right? Have you thought about listing it? Why haven't you listed it yet? Okay. Bring up more pain points. Okay. If he says, yeah, I'm thinking about listing it, I think that, then my answer would be, I think that's the right way to go. I
Right.
think you should do that. Okay. If I were in your position, that's exactly what I would do first. Okay. Then if I see that, hey, my realtor isn't getting the price that I want, or there's just too many open houses, they're going through the house too much, whatever the issue is, right? Or it goes into contract and then they fall out because they don't qualify, whatever the issue is, then maybe you could reconsider and I'll be following up with you and then maybe we can have a conversation then. Why?
Right.
Because I'm building that relationship and I'm pushing the pain. I'm expanding on that pain point. Okay?
Yeah.
But if he says, no, I don't want to go through a realtor, I'd rather sell it on my own. Okay, great. So in every transaction, there are two parts to it: price and terms. You're asking for 250. Great. I'm willing to give you your price, but then you need to give me my terms. No one side can have both, or else it won't be win-win.
Right.
Okay? You don't want me to put this property under contract at your price and your terms and then have me default a few months later, do you, Mr. Seller? Because what you're asking for me, that's what's going to probably happen. And I'm not going to have that happen to me or you.
Right.
So I can give you 250, okay? I might even be able to give you a little bit more than 250 if you're willing to work with me on the terms. Interest is probably going to be 0. Okay? But guess what? If I'm willing to give you more than 250, I'm already building that interest up front for you. So whether it takes me 6 months to pay this off or 60 years, you already made your money as far as interest is concerned.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah. That makes
So
sense.
you gotta make sure that they understand. First of all, you have to be in control of the conversation. Okay? It sounds like right now he's in control because he's demanding all these things. Great.
Yeah.
Demand away. Not gonna happen. I'm too busy, okay, to want to look at your stuff. Okay? If you want me to take a look at your stuff, it's got to be appealing to me as well. So if you want your price, no problem. I need to get my terms.
Okay.
Okay? So that's the first thing he needs to understand is that he gets price, we get terms.
Yeah, I had let him know that. I was like, it has to make sense for me too,
Mhm.
and also for him. So he was like, yeah, you're right. It definitely does have to make sense for you, and it has to be attractive enough for me too. So I do
Yep.
understand.
Perfect. Okay? So that's how I would approach it. And then say, okay, in order for this to make sense, let's come up together with some terms that would be reasonable for both of us. I can't give you this the high price, the retail. I'm an investor. I'm not going to be moving into this house myself. I need to be able to make money on this, right? And when I switch my exit strategy from cash, or my strategy from cash to creative, then I'm changing my exit strategy from fix and flipping it, which this house doesn't need, to becoming a landlord. And as a landlord, the two most important things for me are cash flow and cash on cash return. So if I can give you 10% interest and still cash flow and have a good cash on cash return, no problem.
Right.
But if I can't, then we need to come up with better terms so that I can cash flow positively and have a good cash on cash return. I'm looking for at least 12% cash on cash return. Okay? So let's see what those numbers look like. Are you open to that, Mr. Seller?
Nice. Now, that cash on cash return, does that depend on your investor who you plan on taking it down, or is that just a personal decision that you made and you said I want 12% every time?
Most people want 12% plus. There are some that will take 10%. In California, they'll take 3% because they're after equity, not cash on cash return. Okay? But most people will be okay with 12% or more. Okay? If you can get 15%, you're solid. You're going to definitely have buyers. Okay? So, but if you get 12%, I'm pretty confident you can get it. But in order for you to get 12%, okay, the cash flow's got to be right. Okay? And so that means that the monthly payments that you're going to make to him aren't going to be too high, as well as the entry fee, right? So the entry fee can't be too high. So you're going to give him 250, maybe even 260. If he's willing to accept, let's say, 10 or 15K down, and if we go to a seller finance calculator like Adam's doing right now, I think, then
I was getting ready for it.
yeah, then we can show him the numbers. Go, look, I need to make at least $300 a month cash flow. Okay. Rents in this area are whatever. So based on this is what I can give you.
Do you have an idea of any of those numbers?
No, I don't. I'd actually thought we could go through it over on this
Okay.
call. I just DM'd you the address.
Is it under contract?
No.
No.
So we can
Keep it
underwrite it.
offline.
It's creative off market, so that's the only way he's selling this property.
Gotcha. So are you okay with sharing the address?
Yeah, sure.
He did with me.
I'm direct to sell.
Okay.
And I mean, it's opportunity for everyone to learn. So,
It's just a single family?
yes.
Yeah.
I see he has it listed right now for rent, but he hasn't rented it out. And he's kind of, like I said, he's very picky on who he lets rent the property. So, as much as he bragged about it being a good location and everything, he was just like, yeah, I don't just let anybody rent my property. So he's
Is it
okay
for-
with just letting it sit and not get rented out.
Is it free and clear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And he
Hey,
does
Kevin.
all the work himself.
Whoa.
Because he used to work for a property management company. He was like that maintenance guy. So he learned how to do basically all the repairs and things. So his thing now at his age, he's just ready to, if he's going to let the property go, he wants to basically let it go to the right person.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to make sure that you emphasize how well you're going to take care of the property, how you're going to be such a good property manager for it, okay, or hire the right property management company for it. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
That you're going to, every month, no matter what, whether it's vacant or not, you're going to make your payments to him. So he doesn't have to worry about any of that stuff at all anymore. All he has to, the mailman is going to come at his house to drop off your check to him.
Yeah.
Kevin, how much more do you want me to unpack as far as terms are concerned? I'm not sure exactly what you mean by your question. everyone, you guys need to understand when it comes to creative, when it comes to terms, it's not a one call close. Okay. We're planting seeds on the initial call, and then we're just building and just building. Okay. So it could take more calls even than your cash offers, but overall it's worth it. I think that's why everybody's doing it, or most
Did you
people are trying to
say
do it.
250 purchase?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Six. I'm just trying to get all the numbers in here for you for the insurance at the moment. I looked 3 different places for the rents, so pretty confident he has it listed very fair. That's probably what you could get. Which is a surprise. Usually I don't see that.
Okay.
Where is Riverdale? Oh, it's not far.
So Adam, are you saying that this guy is fair?
His
If
fair
he's
rent
renting
price.
it at a fair rent price?
Yeah.
So he's an old school, sounds like guy. He's fair. Okay. So if you come up with some fair numbers with him and show him the reasons and logic that this is why you can pay him this much, more than likely he's going to accept it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You just build a strong rapport with him.
Right.
And show him that you know your stuff too, and he'll be good with it.
Okay.
So Kevin, you have the 4 main things as far as terms are concerned. Yes. Purchase price, down payment, interest rate, and length of time or balloon, right? These are the 4 main levers that we pull and push to come up with the right terms. So any one of these can be worked. So for example, this gentleman wants $250 as his purchase price. Okay. Down payment. Okay. He probably wants a third minimum. He wants an interest rate that's attractive. Okay. Right now, interest rates are what? 6-7%, somewhere around there. Okay. So he wants something close to it. And length of time, he's old, so he wants it as low as possible. 3 years, 5 years, something like that. Guess what? We want to give him a purchase price that's lower than $250. We want to give him 0 down, 0 interest, and we want like a 30-year length of time. So these are the 2 ends of the spectrum. Okay? But for us to be fair, okay, we can give him the $250, and like I said, we can probably even give him $260. Okay. But but now by us giving him that lever, we need to make sure that the down payment and interest rate are fair and length of time. Okay. I normally don't bring up interest rate at all. Okay. Unless they do, which in this case he did. He's savvy. Okay, great. You want interest rate? Fine. How about if I give you a higher price, but still 0% interest rate? Or another way of it would be, how about if I give you interest-only payments initially? Okay, so there are several different ways that you can go about this, but those are the four main things. Yes.
How long would you do interest only payments for? Like, does that depend on just how creative you can get?
Well, yeah, I mean, it certainly depends on the rents, okay, in
Right,
that
right.
area and what I can rent this for, and is it affordable or not. Interest only is only good if, you know, what we can rent it for compared to what we have to pay the seller is attractive. Like if we have to pay this guy, let's say $1,500 a month, and we can rent this for $2,500, okay? Now remember, 2,500 minus 1,500, 1,000 is not net in our pocket. That's not your cash flow, right? So you got to take off 20% off top of what you can rent it for. That's for your vacancies, for future repairs and maintenance, for property management if you need to have that done. And then from there, you do it. So 2,500, 20% of it is 500. So that brings it out to 2,000. These are imaginary numbers. I'm not saying it.
I have the actual numbers right here now.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Cool.
It's the rents. This is what he has it up for rent for, which is not far off of what I got the average to be.
Okay.
I like to do minimum an 8% vacancy with a 10% maintenance. 8% just is takes into account 1 month every year for turnover. So as long as you are decent at getting the old tenants out, getting it back to normal, and getting a new tenant in, which I've seen property managers do it in 2 weeks. That's why I used 8% for the vacancy, and then taxes and insurance. I already looked. Taxes I just got off of Smart Asset, and this home insurance didn't. It looked like the number they had for the insurance was about half of the other two, so I'm not going to include that. That could just be bad data. But it looks like after all of the expenses and trying to keep purchase entry fee to 10% with a 10K assignment, 11,250 to cash to seller, including what the closing costs would be at the 250, 0% on a 34-year note of whatever's left after the cash to seller would equal this payment, which gives an NOI 393. And
What's NOI? Stop
the net
talking gibberish.
operating income. That's how much cash flow. The cash flow will be 393 with all these numbers. And I know in the past year or two, people have been okay with 300, but I'm seeing that they're being picky. So if you give them 400 cash flow, they'll be a little bit more open. So if you can get to that number, I would recommend it.
Okay.
Do you have any questions about these numbers?
I mean, the way Bob broke it down makes sense. You kind of went over it a little too fast, but I'm not familiar with using one of these calculators, but I truly understand the breakdown of everything now, more on a better perspective, just because now it's kind of dependent on certain factors and also, negotiating those three things as far as down payment, interest, and the length of time. I was quite worried because like a lot of the times I get older sellers, and I guess it's just a mind thing. You think that the older sellers don't want to wait that long, and I guess saying 30 years to them is like a little thought provoking. So
That's when I would suggest, if they have kids, bringing up a trust,
right.
not having to deal with probate.
Yeah, I actually brought that up, and he was
Nice.
like, whoever his estate would basically get the cash flow. So yeah, basically now it just comes down to playing with the
Perfect.
numbers. So okay, this definitely gives great reassurance, and even just open my eyes to just understanding creative offers now. Thanks, Bob.
Awesome.
The rest
Of course.
you guys. Appreciate that for sure.
You got it. You got to realize one other thing, Viplay. these people who are willing to and open to do seller financing, and they're obviously free and clear if it's seller financing, and they're renting it, they're used to getting a check every month. Okay. So in this case, let's say if he's used to getting $2,500 a month. Okay. Now you got to make him understand why he's going to get whatever Adam came up with. Let's say it's 1,500. I can't read. It's too small for me. I don't have my glasses. Okay. So what was it that we could pay him, Adam?
I think I got it up to 610. Seemed fair. 34-year note.
610. Okay. So at 610, okay, that's about a $1,900 difference. Okay. But guess what? He doesn't ever have to worry about fixing a toilet, okay, repairs, vacancies, okay, paying property taxes, insurance, if there's an HOA. He doesn't have to worry about paying a realtor any commissions, no property management companies, okay? So all of those add value, right?
Yeah.
And if he had to take into consideration all of that, he could see that, you know what? Maybe 610 isn't too bad. Just net. For me, sitting at home or going on vacation or doing whatever I want to and receiving $610 every month.
And this looks like it would be, if you can get them to that, this down payment number, keeping it under 10%. It's just under 19% ROI, or return on investment, cash on cash return.
Okay. Awesome.
Thank you.
All right, Shahab, it's 3:22. We're going to stick around for 8 minutes exactly because I got to jump off after that. Let's go, brother. What did you need?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Awesome. So yeah. So first of all, thanks for letting me speak.
Of course.
I texted you the address for the property. Direct message, but quick overview while you're looking that up. Basically, the AR, like the comps I'm seeing in the area range from like 340 to 370. The sellers are offering this. They're undecided at the exact price, but somewhere between 230 and 250. It seems like they're pretty open to discussing. So that's the area I'm trying to lock it in at. I think I sent some pictures as well. We walked the property today. It needs a decent amount of work. There's a big question regarding the foundation, so it's not like there weren't any issues during the walkthrough. I went through it with a construction guy. He's estimating probably 50 to 60,000. And I'm assuming that's without foundation issues, which is a big question mark. So that's kind of the physical overview. Just information about the sellers. They're looking to move into a property that they put down a deposit for a build in Indiana. They've got 2 kids in Wisconsin that they're probably going to spend the interim of time with. They're kind of just looking to get out of the property. Reason, I'm a real estate agent, so I asked them, Bob, I know you had mentioned earlier, why doesn't the person want to use a real estate agent? So I asked them the same question. And they're living in the property right now. They're kind of older. They're both retired. They just don't want to deal with it being shown and having to get out of the property. And it's a little bit of a hoarder's nest too. Like, I think they had a Game Boy Advance from one of their kids who graduated high school like 15 years ago. So, yeah, so it's kind of a mess, which, investors dream, right? Like that's what we want to see. Yeah, just kind of wanted to get your thoughts on the property. Been having some issues getting comps. You had talked earlier, it's funny about like, you cross the wrong street, all of a sudden the comps don't matter, right?
Yeah.
And that's sort of the situation I'm going through with this property right now as well. So yeah, I've been struggling a little bit to kind of figure out what a good valuation for this property would be. My guesstimate is I'm seeing similar-ish properties
for like 350 to 400 in that area. So yeah, just kind of wanted to get your thoughts on this from like an investment standpoint.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I was trying to look up the property while you were talking, while you were giving the information. What's the asking price on this right now?
So it's off market. It's
Mhm.
between they're open to negotiations between 230 to 250. So let's say 240. Stick it in the middle. They've been approached like a few weeks ago by a builder who offered him 200. They said no, but they didn't slam the door in his face, right? So there might be some negotiation power even south of that, but let's be conservative and say 240.
Okay. And how much do they owe on the house, or is it free and clear?
Free and clear. They bought it for 50K back in like 2011. So
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
must be nice.
And what do you think the ARV on it is?
Yeah, so like I said, been struggling a little bit with ARVs. I'd say mid to high 300s, so maybe like let's say 365, 370.
I don't think you're off, actually. Hey, Adam, I texted you the address or DM'd you on
Mhm.
Discord, so you
I
would have
see.
that too. Just don't share it.
Roger
with
Dodger.
everybody else.
I assume you can't see my other monitor.
What's the bed bath count on this?
It's
Shahab?
three, I believe, 3 bed, 2 bath.
3-2?
Oh,
Okay.
It doesn't list it on here.
No.
Beginning of the year, something went for 440.
Yeah, you see that one?
Yeah.
7th Street?
Yeah. Okay. 440. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's sort of like, although 7th Street, I think is.
It's
It's
not
one
crossing a
block.
major street.
Literally 1 block away.
Yeah, that's not considered a major street.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's in the same sort of development, right?
Definitely.
And then another one on 7th Street as well. In
I see
April went 389.
And then 8th Street for 400K, just an extra block away.
Yeah. So according to what I'm seeing, your first major street is 55th Street.
Yep.
Right, that's correct.
So anything above that, you're safe. So these two 7th Street, the one on 8th Street, these are all good.
Okay.
So you're probably closer to 400 then?
Yeah, I think so. That would be the ARV. Yeah.
Oh. I guess I don't have the correct taxes and insurance here, but the numbers don't look far off.
Yeah.
Even with our company's 20K assignment being there.
That's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, the foundation, right? The foundation issue. Like, I'm wondering if they don't want to show it because of that versus, what they're saying right now. Like, they want to get it off market, so somebody just buys it cash quick.
Yeah, you're never gonna get a flipper buying sight unseen on only a 12% return. Like, it's gonna have to be a home run.
Gotcha.
So they'll definitely need to be closer to the 200 if they want to do sight unseen.
Gotcha.
Which isn't unheard of.
Yeah. Okay. So Bob, did you see the pictures I sent over?
I did not. Where did you send them?
Sorry, hold on. I'm going to send you over the link right now. Sorry, I thought I sent those over. Where is this Discord? Okay, just confirm receipt for me.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, hoarder situation for sure.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, like an interest.
Nice cracks. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, those things are monsters.
This is a 1955.
Correct.
Ooh. Is that the driveway? The black tar and everything? Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Yeah, that looked pretty bad. It's like a paint job, pretty much.
Now I want to see.
Um, here you go, sprinkles.
They had a little like
I mean,
tool shed in the back. I think that
yeah.
might be able to do something interesting with that, but definitely not gonna consider that right now in the offer, as a potential.
Well, yeah, you could use it as like a potential, like you said, short-term rental.
I think they do their own driveway for sure. I think they do what my neighbor does, where they just resurface it every year. Like it's really
Probably.
cheap. They have to do it themselves.
Probably. But yeah, I think the only real major concern is those cracks.
Yeah.
And it could just be settlement, it could be something minor. But whatever, so your contractor is going to give you an estimate on it, or are you getting a foundation company to go and give you an estimate?
I was thinking, because my contractor is not super familiar with like foundation issues. He doesn't do a lot of
Right.
work in that. So I was thinking about getting like a specialist or somebody like that.
I would.
Yeah, definitely.
I would for that. And then I would use that for negotiations.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I certainly would use that for negotiations. So yeah, there are lots of foundation companies that give you free estimates.
Okay.
So just look it up and see who's there, and just set in a time with these sellers and go, I'm very much interested in this, Mr. Seller. I think there's a deal here between us that I can provide you an offer that would be agreeable to both of us. I do need to make sure that this foundation is not as serious as it could be. So I need to send a foundation company to give me an estimate. I'd be happy to share that estimate with you once I get it. When's a good time for us to come?
Got it.
Right?
Sounds good. Yeah.
But there is definitely potential in this one, Shahab. Keep up with it.
Yeah. The nice thing I like about this, I'm considering like just being the direct investor here while we have it under contract anyway. That which, brings the purchase cost down 20K essentially, right? Because I take out the wholesale assignment.
Of course.
So look a little more attractive. But okay. Awesome. Appreciate the review, guys.
You got it. Good luck with it.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. I know we have Smoothie here as well, but I'm afraid I have to jump off. So if Adam, you want to stick around, go ahead, Smoothie.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Yeah, I just gotta work myself. So,
What's that?
can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah, we can. I can. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I have the seller called me today, and he told me that he wanted to pretty much get rid of his property. I have the address. I DM'd it to you, but I know you got to leave, so you can send it to Adam if you would like. I don't have any contact yet.
How about if I give it to Adam? He can underwrite it, and then I'll DM you on it. Okay.
That'll work. Perfect.
Okay. Because we gotta go right now. So I'm afraid. I know Adam and Simon and I have to take off, but hey, John was here. Where'd he go? Son of a gun.
He's taking
All
notes.
I was taking
There he is.
But calls come in. I had a guy call me while we were on the show.
Nice. Cool. Well, if you want to hang out and underwrite Smoothie's deal, that'd be awesome. Otherwise, we'll take care of it, and send it to him, and then maybe we can share it next time. All right. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I hope this was helpful for everybody, and we will see you next week. Take care, everyone.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, everybody. All right, Shmoody, if you want to take a look at the deal, I'm not sure if Adam's sticking around, but happy to help where I can.
To you right now. Um, Did you receive it?
Let's take a look. Where is it at?
You
Yeah.
Oh,
You sent the address?
yeah, I sent the address.
Okay, I don't think I've received it. Let me double check. I got the. Okay, I got it. All right, so we're taking a look at Pensacola, Florida. A couple of things that we want to take a look at here. Let me get the stage together. Now we'll open up. For me, man, I really like to make the underwriting process super simple. I'm going to share my screen here. I'll take this address and we'll take a look at Zillow. This is the tool that I really do use the most and that I feel most comfortable with for the most part. Beyond, some of the other tools like PropStream. If you guys aren't already on PropStream, it is an essential. But the first thing that I look at is Zillow. What's the story with this seller? What are you negotiating in terms of a price? What are the terms of this deal?
So, so the information that I did get when we spoke, I know it's a 3-1 police scope, and is a year old. Bathroom, and the bathroom is level.
Okay, so for me at least, the mic's cutting in and out a little bit, but I caught it was a 3-1. What was the square footage on
Yes,
this
it's a
one?
3 900 square feet.
Okay.
Uh, it's newly renovated.
Newly
It
renovated.
had tenants. Yeah, it had tenants in there, but the tenants recently just moved out. That's 2 months ago.
Okay.
And so I guess he's just ready to sell it right now. It do need some trim work.
Okay.
Electrical is good. Electrical is good. A new heating unit in there. And then he has 2 gates around the property. The second gate, or the first gate, is electric fence, but he said that he's gonna be removing that. That way I can get my inspectors in there to check it out. As far as price, when I talked with him, he said that he spoke with the agent. They said he can possibly get 140 for it. By me wholesaling it, he's not going to probably get that price, and he's open to negotiating lower. So he just told me to pretty much underwrite it, give him a number, he's ready to move it.
Yeah, so based off what you shared, I've already got an idea kind of where I think we'd probably have to be at for this to make sense. I saw
Okay.
that there was a
I did use
property. Go ahead.
what was now about to, I did use Zillow as well for comfort, and I used PropStream. So I was for the comfort I got, it was 105. I got 105, 110, and 123
Yeah, so I'm looking
around that
at
ballpark.
I'm looking at this one that sold for 120. It was about, I want to say 300 300 square feet more. So not the best in terms of square footage. Just sold though 30 days ago. I look at the home details, so let me also adjust this to show the screen here. Alright, so the other thing I like to do is pull up like a duplicate so that I have the subject property on one side and I can go back and forth. So this is the one. Home details. 1979 year built. Let's see when this one's built. 56. So ours is newer. Ours has a smaller lot. Yeah, so I mean, this estimate saying 102. You said that you saw something for 105.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, if he is aware that you're wholesaling the property, what is he willing to walk away with?
I didn't give him a number right away. He still has to send me photos of it. So I was waiting to get the photos. It's in Florida. I currently reside in Arizona. So, I have to pretty much get somebody to walk the property just to be sure that, it's probably is what he say it is pretty much.
Right. Pensacola
I just don't.
is an interesting market. I believe I gotta double check, but I think this is one of those markets that's kind of close to a university, but it's also kind of out there in the sticks, so it is very block by block kind of thing. I was working at a few properties out in Pensacola, so I do have a buyer that I could ask for an opinion, but I think that you probably want to be somewhere around, because even if you just take the square footage off one of these, it's sold right at 120. Divided by 1,200 square feet. It's $100 a square foot times 900, 90,000. So then I always multiply that by 0.92, and I want to make at least 10, 20 grand, so like 15K. You're gonna need to be around 60,000 on the acquisition for this to be a good novation, assuming that it doesn't need a crazy amount of work.
Yeah.
So like 50, 60,000 is where you want to be at.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work. I know that for my assignment fee, I wasn't looking to make no crazy amount. This is my third bill, so I'm just trying to get some more closing under my belt. So I'm okay with making between 10 and 5,000.
Yeah, man. Don't be afraid. Also, to set a standard. I heard a couple people hop up on the stage and they didn't really know what they want to get out of the deal. You gotta also know what you want to get out of the deal too, because that's gonna help you run your numbers, and actually create a solid offer. So, I mean, in terms of what's available, the other thing is, if you want to list this as an ovation, I like to always introduce the lowest, the new lowest listing. So I would probably try to list this, like I said, around 90,000. For you to be able to make 20,000, you got to be close to about 60 grand on your acquisition, and that would be listing this property on the MLS at 90 grand. That would sell.
Yeah, I never did an ovation yet, so it's still kind of new to me. I've been watching your videos though, and I was sitting in your last one. I think it was like a few months ago. So I just had to probably catch back up on the name, see how the structure been, innovation there.
Yeah, well, I'm always happy to help. If anybody has any leads that maybe an investor isn't the best person to purchase the property, you think that it might be a house that's not in like terrible shape, might make more sense to list. I'm always happy to to help. I got a couple innovations on the market right now, and I'm going to be following up with some sellers, hoping that this one sells. This is not mine, but the buyers are interested in one of the properties that I have listed, and if they can sell this house, they can buy mine. So we'll see how that goes. But I really appreciate everybody, for
Okay.
showing up and, participating, asking questions, answering questions, bringing your leads, bringing your deals. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to really double down and figure out, some new ways to push the needle. I know that these things kind of get a little bit repetitive, but honestly, that is the grind. The grind is repetitive, and it is something that I've even been noticing. It's really the same calls, different people, with the same problems, and a lot of the times, the same beat up houses. So we just got to persist, we just got to keep staying on the phone, keep having these conversations, and after you build up the pipeline to be big enough, you're going to start seeing them pop. I got a couple closings coming up here, and just rolling it back into the marketing and scaling is the plan. So I appreciate everybody, for coming and joining us today. Look forward to what we've got coming in the rest of the week. We've got a special podcast coming up this Thursday that I'm going to get coordinated, and we just want to continue to be the #1 most valuable real estate community in existence. I'm out here, I'm talking to big developers in the city out here in Columbia, doing international real estate. I've sat down with apartment developers, complex developers, and I've been able to be in proximity with some incredible people. Haven't tried to pitch them or even really tell them about what I do. Way more interested in just being focused on what they do. Don't want to come off as salesy at all, and just want to see where I can fit in and offer value. I think that that's so important, especially for a lot of people that are just trying to get started. I saw somebody in the chat the other day say that he was willing to do a 70-30 split with somebody that would be kind enough to give them time out of their business to show them the ropes, and stuff like that just makes no sense. Nobody's going to pay any attention to it, right? Because we're busy talking to leads. Our business model isn't, trying to sell this dream. It's actually trying to sell these houses at a discount. So with that being said, I hope that everybody has a great rest of your day. Stay blessed, stay on the phone, stay motivated, and we will catch you in the next one. If you haven't already, you've got to invite somebody you think would benefit from being in proximity with us. Also, if you haven't already, go and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I just dropped the YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/@REI Revolution. You can catch all the replays there. And we are still making progress on the website at reirev.com. But if you haven't already, you've got to invite somebody to come and join us on Discord at discord.gg/REIRev. Have a great rest of your day, everybody, and we will catch you in the next one.